it's an indictment on who Liverpool are under Arne Slot now. It is. And you can talk about injuries and squad depth, and there's always little bits and pieces that play into it. But this is who Liverpool are under Arne Slot. And it's quite simply not good enough. And look, I called it. I'll have something pop up here on the screen, a little DM that I sent to LT when he was like, you'll smash Spurs. And I was like, I'm honestly not too sure, mate. I really am not. Like, Liverpool are just set up for Spurs to go and get something there. And I think I said Spurs will probably win, but there's no rhythm. There's no intensity. You can shove all your formation stuff and all that side of the game in the bin for me right now. It is purely just about, there's no fitness. There's no running hard, pressing. There's no being difficult to play against. It's so easy to play against. It reminds me of Erik ten Hag's Manchester United. It's just open and easy to play through and easy to get chances against and continue to have belief. And okay, as much as Liverpool might still go forwards and have chances and maybe have a little bit more of the ball, you're soft. You're easy to play against. And there's lots of little things where players, the passing's not looking good, it's not looking great. So can you put a little bit of blame on the players? I'm not always against that. I'm not just saying it's all on the manager. But for me, that comes from habits and everyday training and what the energy and feel is around the club with you as a leader. And I'll keep saying this, I'll repeat it. Arne Slot has given me potentially top best day of my life I've had, top 3 best days of my life I've had, going down to Liverpool with my brother Matthew and watching Liverpool lift the league title just about a month after our dad had passed away, who never got to see Liverpool lift the league title that wasn't in COVID. So I will forever be grateful for that, and I will forever cherish that day and that moment. And brilliant. I thank you so much for that. But this is just, it's not been it. All the signings have made sense to me. I know there's been injuries again. I get that. You've missed out on Isak, who your main guy is, that you hunted all summer long, and you can say, well, that's your own problem that you hunted him all summer long as to why he's not there, and blah, blah, blah. But he makes sense. Frimpong's looked good when he's played. Kerkez has settled in. Absolutely. Okay, again, you can talk about the squad depth and not really liking Gakpo off the left, and Salah's not been quite Mo Salah, but I think if you have the team ticking, those aren't as big problems. You look at them and go, they're issues, but you're getting by, I think, and you're comfortably probably sitting in the Champions League spots and maybe with a little outside hope of doing something in Europe. And right now, there's nothing. I don't think Liverpool are going to get in the Champions League spots. I mean, Chelsea are just as inconsistent, obviously losing at home to Newcastle, but the leadership there, and there's a lot of stuff going online, you know, on Twitter. I'm not going to speculate about that because you don't know what's true. Everyone just kind of can make shit up there. But one thing I've noticed, and I know this is modern day life, and I know this is kind of modern day sport, and in particular football, but I used to always say this to a lot of my mates when Klopp was in charge compared to like the United era, which I saw a lot online and social media, and it was like Garnacho and Man United are losing, constantly posting in like designer gear and in his fast cars, and other players as well doing that. And, you know, Liverpool online social media was very much just kind of like training pics, and that was all that you get. I noticed this week after, was it Galatasaray defeat, I think it was, you know, Curtis Jones is posting, you know, pictures of him in designer gear and cards, and Ibo Konate's in Paris quite a lot. And like, they're absolutely allowed to do this. I'm not having a go at either of those players individually, or that you're not allowed to do that as a football player, as a human being. Of course you can. I understand that. But my point is just more, there's a cultural big shift that's happened at Liverpool since winning the league last season. We have been shocking since winning the league last year. We have been. And there was a lot of last minute winners at the start of this season, and you start a new season afresh, and I was saying that's what champions do. Because it is, when champions aren't playing well, they get last minute winners. But yeah, looking back now, it absolutely did paper over all the cracks, and we're seeing the reality of who Liverpool are under Arne Slot. And he's never had a difficult time as a manager, so it's the first time he's had to go through it. So there's a little bit of me that says if he gets in the Champions League, can he learn from it? Can we move forwards? But I think ultimately the fans have lost the connection now with him and the team. And that is sacred for any football team, but has certainly been sacred for Liverpool in the recent times as to what's made everything so special. And there was obviously boos going on yesterday, and you can say whether you think booing is right or it's not right, but that's how the fans feel. And the continued lackluster performances and no energy, and just, I've said this as well, just not understanding how to use Anfield. See, your possession style type game, Arne Slot. That's all fine, but see at home at Anfield again, especially against Spurs, or hopefully in the midweek against Galatasaray in the Champions League, throw that in the bin for the first 15, 20 minutes and get the fucking football forwards and get on top of them and get the crowd going and just create a little bit of chaos and see if you can come out with it a goal up, if you're lucky, maybe 2-0 up. And I know that doesn't always happen. It didn't always happen under Klopp, and it wouldn't have always happened under Shankly or Paisley. But use what you have. Stop trying to just do this passive style of football. And I'm listening to his press conference after the game, and it's not even going into my head. I'm not even taking into what he's saying because I'm not feeling it, mate. I'm not feeling it. I think you've lost yourself a little bit. I do. I think he's lost himself a little bit. And again, it's not a diss, but I think he's lost himself a little bit. So it's just not acceptable enough, and it gives a little bit of a lifeline on the Spurs side of things.